something unusual happens in the homes of people who keep jade plants for a very long time. Not to everyone, not even to most. But occasionally, after years of sitting quietly on a windowsill, a jade plant does something that stops people completely. It blooms, and the question that almost always follows is the same. Did I do something different? The answer, as it turns out, reveals something fascinating about how plants make decisions, how ancient cultures read the natural world, and why the rarest moments are almost never accidents. Stay with me. Later in this video, I'm going to show you one specific thing about jade plant biology that almost no one talks about. And when you hear it, you will never look at this plant the same way again. Jade plant, known scientifically as Crassula ovata, is originally from the eastern Cape of South Africa. There, on sun-baked rocky slopes with thin, fast-draining soil and dry winters, it blooms every single year. Clusters of tiny star-shaped flowers, white-edged with pale pink, appear at the branch tips like clockwork. The plant does this so reliably that local pollinators, bees, beetles, and hoverflies, have essentially evolved around its schedule. But move that same plant indoors. Give it a pot and a shelf somewhere in Ohio or Oregon or Texas, and something changes. The blooming almost completely stops. Not because the plant is struggling, because it is too comfortable. A jade plant in a stable, warm, consistently watered home is running what you might call a survival economy. Every resource it has goes into maintaining itself. Growing a leaf here, storing water there, keeping the system operational. In that state, flowering is simply not on the list. Flowering is not survival. Flowering is what happens when the plant decides it has something more to offer. And here is what that distinction means. It means the plant is not withholding something beautiful out of stubbornness. It is waiting for the right conditions to exist before making a move that costs everything it has stored. So what does it actually take to shift a jade plant out of survival mode? Three things have to align, and most homes never provide all three at the same time. The first is darkness. Real, uninterrupted darkness. As autumn arrives, the plant begins reading the length of the night. It needs at least 12 to 14 hours of genuine dark each night, held consistently for several weeks. The problem? Living rooms lit by lamps, screens, and overhead lights reset that count every single evening without anyone realizing it. The plant never gets the signal it is waiting for. The second trigger is cold. Not freezing, but meaningfully cool. Around 50 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit at night. In South Africa, winter nights carry a chill even when the days stay warm. That temperature drop is a biological cue the plant recognizes instantly. It confirms what the long darkness already suggested. Seasons are real. Resources are about to tighten. This is the window. The third trigger is thirst. A gradual reduction in water. Less rain in the dry season means less water in the soil, and the plant reads that reduction as confirmation that the shift is genuine. When all three arrive together, long darkness, cool nights, and dry soil, the plant does not just respond. It redirects. Stored energy that was going toward new leaves and root expansion gets rerouted entirely into bud formation. That redirection is a commitment. The plant is betting that conditions will hold long enough for the flowers to be worth producing. And here is what makes this worth thinking about. Before we move on, the same pattern that triggers blooming in a plant also describes something ancient cultures noticed centuries before any of this had a scientific name. For centuries, cultures living alongside jade plants arrived at the same conclusion through a completely different method. In Chinese tradition, jade plant became known as the money tree. Its round, coin-shaped leaves, fleshy and deep green, were symbols of stored wealth and patient accumulation. The plant was placed near entrances to invite prosperity. It was given at business openings, weddings, and housewarmings as a living blessing. But the flower, the bloom that so rarely appeared, held a meaning the plant itself could not. It was seen as evidence that a home had crossed the threshold. Not just enough energy to sustain life, enough to overflow. In feng shui practice, a blooming jade in the southeast corner of a home, the traditional wealth sector, was one of the clearest signals a space could produce. Not hope for abundance, confirmation of it. Now here is where something interesting happens. Look at what the science says triggers a bloom. The plant needs years of consistent care, a stable environment, enough light but not excess, enough water but periods of restraint, seasonal variation that feels real and complete. In other words, a balanced, well-maintained space where attention has been consistent over a long time. Look at what the tradition says triggers a bloom. Harmony in the home, positive energy that is built over time, a caretaker who is present and attentive. Those are not two different explanations. Those are the same explanation written in two different languages. Meanwhile, in South Africa, communities that lived with jade plant for generations used it medicinally and read it as an environmental signal. A plant that bloomed meant the land was healthy. The rains had balanced. The ecosystem was whole. The flower was not a decoration. It was a living report on the state of everything around it. Here is the part that most people never hear. Jade plants breathe at night. Not metaphorically, biologically. They use a photosynthesis process called CAM, which stands for crassulacean acid metabolism. Most plants open their pores during daylight to absorb carbon dioxide. Jade plants do the opposite. They keep their pores closed during the day to conserve water, then open them after sundown to absorb carbon dioxide in the cool dark. As a result, they release oxygen at night, making them one of the only common houseplants actively improving your bedroom air while you sleep. During the day, the plant collects and stores solar energy. After dark, it processes that energy and produces oxygen. It is running two separate systems in two shifts around the clock. And all of that costs energy. When a jade plant is running both systems at once, maintaining its water reserves, producing new growth, processing nighttime air, it is spending everything it takes in. There is no surplus. But when conditions stabilize, when care becomes consistent and stress is calibrated rather than absent, when the seasonal signals are strong and clear, the plant begins to accumulate more than it needs. And when that happens, the surplus has one destination: flowers. The bloom is not the plant doing something extra. The bloom is the plant announcing it has more than enough. It is abundance made visible in the most literal biological sense. And this, more than anything else, is what the ancient traditions were observing. They just had different words for surplus, hormonal signaling, and reproductive investment. Words like harmony, prosperity, and good fortune. Different vocabulary. Identical phenomenon. If you want to give your jade plant a genuine chance at blooming, here's what matters. First, age. A jade plant under 3 years old cannot bloom. It does not yet have the energy reserves. The stems need to be woody, the main trunk solid, the branching established. Think of it this way. A young jade plant is still becoming itself. The blooming comes when it already knows what it is. Second, light. 6 or more hours of direct sunlight daily. A south-facing window is ideal in most American homes. Here is the signal to watch for. If the leaf edges are turning faintly red, the plant is receiving strong enough light. That red tinge is not stress. It is readiness. If stems are stretching pale and leggy toward the window, the plant is reaching for something it is not getting. Third, the winter rest period. From September or October, reduce watering significantly. Once a month or even less. Stop fertilizing entirely. Move the plant to a cooler location at night, around 50 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit. A sun porch, a cool bedroom, or a garage with a window all work. No artificial light after sunset during this period. Hold these conditions for 6 to 8 weeks. Fourth, let the roots fill the pot. Jade plants tend to bloom more readily when slightly root-bound. When roots have filled their space, the plant reads that as a signal to stop expanding and start investing energy in reproduction instead. If your jade has been in the same pot for years and looks healthy, leave it exactly where it is. Fifth, the soil must drain fast. Use a cactus and succulent mix or make your own with equal parts potting soil, coarse sand, and perlite. Water sitting around the roots will cause rot long before it causes flowers. Do all of this, and you are creating conditions close enough to a South African winter that the plant's biology begins to recognize something familiar. That recognition is what triggers everything else. Jade plants can live for over 100 years. Some pass through 3 generations of a family, sitting quietly through marriages, moves, loss, and celebrations, asking almost nothing in return. When a plant like that finally blooms, thousands of miles from the rocky hillsides where it evolved, the science calls it optimal conditions. The traditions call it harmony. The plant does not call it anything at all. It just does what it always does when everything is right. Has your jade plant ever surprised you with flowers? Tell me in the comments.